Good evening, brethren out there. Good evening, fellow youth. Good evening, Eastern youth. Good evening, fellow people of Nigeria. I have come this morning to bring to you an important message from the United Order of the Royal Messengers. I want you to listen carefully. You have so much to learn from this. It is an important information that you must put to consideration. Before I read this order out to you, I want you to know that my son, who was born the day Obasanjo handed authority to Atiku as Mr. President on the 29th of May, is now a big boy. From 29th of May, that late President Yar'Adua became Mr. President, till today, the campaign of PVC have not ceased. Every 8 years, they come to remind us, go for your PVC, go for your PVC, go for your PVC. After PVC, they brought us NIN, which they use to bring in aliens into the country. Our number increased every day by day in millions. And we ask question, where are these multitudes that made up the population of Nigeria? And when you look into the multitude number of Nigeria, they are all aliens in the north. 85% of the northerners are aliens who were brought in, and today they are citizens of the country called Nigeria because of name. You and I, who don't have border, where we smuggle in Cameroonians, could come and speak Igbo here with us and be added as our number. We don't know what is going on there in the north. A lot of people who are not anyway Nigerians has been given national identification number as Nigerians in this country, and they will tomorrow become governors, they will tomorrow become presidents, they will be tomorrow your leaders in all parastatals of government. Today, we are still in the same yarn for PVC. 8 years today, we will still come back for the same yarn for PVC. I do not stop you from going for your PVC, but I want you to know that the PVC is not your vote, the PVC is not your voice. They only decide what they do by the number gathered. I know the number of voters that voted in President Muhammadu Buhari rigged election into power. Look at our census with President Muhammadu Buhari before he was moved into seat, smuggled into seat as Mr. President. He was smuggled into power as Mr. President. And look at the voting calculation. Take a proper analysis of that report, and you will find out that you and IPVC does not count in the political race of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. What happens here is being decided in London. What happens here is being decided by the British government. What happens here is being decided by the United Arab Emirates. It's not here. Atiku Abubakar was said to have looted the treasury when he was vice president to ex-President Olusegun Obasanjo. There was no history or record that EFCC have arrested Atiku or questioned him any day, even when Mr. President Obasanjo was yelling and shouting of the looting of Atiku. Obasanjo, did he not loot? He looted more than everybody. What about Babangida? His loots are being shared among his brothers to open airlines and all that and all that. They all become rich people and wealthy people. How long will we continue like this? That is why Amadioha has commanded that I brought this message to you, the people. If you can recall, this is 1 year that we have been charged with the duties and responsibilities of our culture and tradition to its literally meanings. From the order of the royal messengers, we present to you the will of the gods. We will no longer stand aside and look why things go wrong. Rather, we will stand and proclaim the gospel of truth and light. We do not run from anything. We do not run from responsibility. We cannot stand aside and look as the nation is going down the drain. We stand and fight for what is right. Even when it seems so hard, we do not quit from what is right. We are Igbo. Our women are great. Threat might lurk from all parts. Death might stand our way. We will stand and fight for what is right. Challenge the very darkness that brought death. For living in this darkness for so long, with rebellion and terror, is the very furnace of evil. This is your time. Stand up and take it. This is your time. Stand up and take it. As we can see that the future is so bright, it may not please anyone, but this is the time to end apathy. The Fulani, the Hausa, the Yoruba, and the Igbo will live together only on our independence. Then we will know our values and establish our civilizations aright. Anybody that tells you that this 3 ethnic group, the 4th one has been underground since, and now they have turned to terrorists and bandits, taking over our country and importing aliens to come and take over our land. When I was born, we did not know about Fulani. It's Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo. Today, Fulani has come in the background. Who are these Fulanis? Where do they come from? Were they part of Nigeria from the beginning? If yes, where was their name not heard that time? Why was their name not heard from the beginning? That there's something like Fulani ethnicity in Nigeria. Why now? You see, the Hausas imported these Fulanis to come and fight for them and use them to occupy all spaces in the military. And when these Fulanis has the opportunity of power, they begin to gradually implement their principles and processes until today that we have been waged, that we cannot breathe any longer. It is time to stand and fight. It is time to stand and fight. It is only that time that we can know our value. When we are on our separate ways, we are freedom fighters. We will continue with the message of the Father, our culture and our tradition. We will lift up the banner of liberty. We will march forward to victory. Truth will be our watchword. Like the speed of light, we will build the nation of the rising sun. We will triumphantly rise to a great expectation. We know exactly what our leaders are going through. You know what? Just that they don't have the time to discuss our problems. If our leaders had had the time to discuss the problems with the youth, we will not be where we are today. If the politicians have had the time to discuss the problems in their constituency with their constituency members, I don't think we will be where we are today. If the senators have had the time to discuss with the senatorial district, the people of their district, to engage them in the present or present problems, we will not be where we are today. Because of that, they are being threatened with just a little law reprisal. They become afraid of the prison wall because they are all offenders. The time has come to assist them that believe in the cause. Until we have accomplished all that is required to establish our grounds in the liberty and freedom movement, they struggle with our education. You can imagine what we face today, how the government is struggling with the education of you and I. The education of you and I have become a source of milking parents of their hard-earned resources in the name of education. Education has been bridged between the poor and the rich, between the noble and the great. We no longer know our stand. It is time to rise. We are all prisoners. The time of freedom has come. Stand up and take it. The Department of the State Security, in their threat and oppression, cannot deny the fact that the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is colloquial. Every event that passes, we record different images and voices, motions and characteristics of expressions in all forensic analysis. How do I mean? If you can listen to the voice of Mr. President at Ego Square of APC convention or primaries, you will understand that Mr. President there is different from the Mr. President that spoke in Imo State, is different from the Mr. President that spoke in Independent, it is different from the Mr. President that had been speaking over 2 years now, that I and our organization has begun to run analysis of the forensics of this so-called President Muhammadu Buhari in Asarok. To crown it all, did you observe the behavior of the so-called First Lady at the primaries of APC in the handover ceremony? Then you will understand that the Buhari we proclaim is nothing but an impostor in Asarok. It is time to expose this impostor. Yet, the delusion is accepted by all that Mr. President is sitting. This is cowardice of all things. How can we live in this cowardly state? It is not acceptable by nature and justice. Yet, we are happily transiting onto another government. Say no. Your no is your PVC. Say no to the game that we have been used by the British and Arab community. The game is over now. It is finished. All that is hidden has been made open. From the west, hear my call. From the south, hear my cry for your freedom. From the north, accept the message of the Father as decreed to free mankind. From the east, stand your feet and lift up your banner and sing the victory song of our culture unto the fathers. Cheer the strength of the fallen heroes. I assure you, at last, victory has been tested. Nnamdi Kanu has come like the voice of the one in the wilderness. But I, even like unto the voice of the John the Baptist, but I, your noble brother and friend, I have come like the voice, like unto the Son of Man, calling you to freedom. And your attention to the responsibility that lies before us. Lift up your voice, shout the songs, fly your banners, and call for victory. You can do it. You have done it before. We will do it again. Both men and women, old and young, single and married, great and mighty, powerful and the strongest. Move out in your numbers. March the streets. This is your vote. This is your PVC. This is democracy. This is the will of the gods. That is the way forward. Without it, there is no future. Armies may combine, colonies may defend, mobs may assemble, bandits may gather, and I assure you that we will march forward independently, nobly, until the work is done, to the honor and the greatness and exaltation and praises of the great Amadioha. Long live the people of Nigeria. Long live freedom fighters. Long live the rising nation. This message has come to you from the Royal Order of the United Messengers. God bless you, and I wish you well.